live? We're live, baby. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Late Night Show with your host, Dr. Kojo. And we are checking in from the United States on the West Coast, and we have an awesome and amazing live stream for you all tonight. Go ahead and use the comment section to let me know where you are checking in from, and then I will proceed to tell y'all where we are streaming tonight. Tonight we're streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, both of my YouTube pages, Twitch, TikTok, and Kick. So I think that's 6 if my math is correct. Like 6 platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, both my YouTube pages, Twitch, Kick, TikTok. Yeah, 6. So we're streaming live to 6 different platforms tonight. So relax. I took you out for a walk. Relax, baby. Relax, baby. My dog wants my attention. We already went for a walk. You peed and you pooped. So you're good, sweetheart. You are good. Use the comment section to let me know where you all are checking in from. We're kicking things off with a new perspective. Who is checking in from Houston, Texas? I appreciate your attention. We have Texas love in the house. As you all file in, I'll talk very briefly about the topic and then about my upcoming comedy shows. The topic tonight is 7 Unhinged AuDHD hacks. So these are non-traditional hacks to make your life a little bit easier if you have autism and ADHD. All right. We have Elwood checking in from Chicago, Chi-Town, love in the house. Good to see you here tonight. We're talking about 7 Unhinged AuDHD hacks. As far as my comedy shows go, this weekend we have a big show in North Little Rock, Arkansas at the Nut House. So the team is coming from the West Coast. We're going to be at the Nut House Comedy Club in Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock, Arkansas. That's where we're going to be this weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. Flights are booked, reservations are made, and John is going to be there at the show. And John, I cannot wait until Saturday night as well. I haven't been to Arkansas in well over a decade. So I'm excited to return to Little Rock, Arkansas. We're going to have fun. We're going to be at the Nut House Comedy Club. And that's going to be this Saturday night, August the 8th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you are in the Arkansas area or Little Rock, anywhere close to it, even if you're in Memphis, drive on over. We're going to have an outstanding show. So that's after the comedy shows. After the Little Rock show, we have a show in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on the 14th of August. Then on the 16th of August, we have a show in Huntsville, Alabama. The next month, we're going to be in Detroit, Michigan, September 11th. Then September 17th, we're going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. September 23rd, we're going to be in Cleveland, Ohio. The 24th, we're going to be in Columbus, Ohio. The 30th, we'll be in Virginia Beach, Virginia. The 1st of October, we'll be in Richmond, Virginia. The 3rd of December, we will be in San Diego, California. October 18th, we will be in Seattle, Washington. And that link should be coming soon. So we have love from OC, Orange County, I'm assuming. Love from Wisconsin. I hope I come to Wisconsin eventually. I came to Chicago a month ago, or 2 months ago. Dang. Wow, time is flying by. I was in Chicago June 18th, so that's about a month and a half ago. Almost 2 months. Wow. We have love from Serbia. Mutoid, happy to see you. Happy to see you. John, thank you for getting your tickets. You are in for an amazing show this Saturday night in Little Rock, Arkansas. So I'm excited to see y'all, and I can't wait. Cannot wait, John. Thank you for your support. Thank you for buying tickets. Truly appreciate you. Orange County, okay, awesome. Orange County, my Orange County people are in the house. Somebody named Indy is checking in from Phoenix on TikTok. Chloe says, can't wait for the 11th of September in Detroit, Michigan. So it looks like Chloe will come to the Detroit show. Mayor Robertson is checking in from Idaho. Ponder says, love you. Your videos made me understand myself. You're the best. I appreciate that. I aim to be as good as I can be. And I appreciate you all's attention. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Love from Hong Kong. Okay, so we have an international audience. People checking in from all over the world to hear about these 7 unhinged AuDHD hacks. Nicole on TikTok says, therapist here, love everything you're talking about, love your videos. Nicole, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. VIP, okay. We're in there Saturday night. VIP. VIP. Guys, tonight, can y'all hear my dog slurping that water? Why is she so loud? Tonight we're talking about 7 unhinged AuDHD hacks. If you have autism and or ADHD, or if you can relate to the neurodivergent experience in any shape or form or fashion, this live stream will be helpful for you. So for example, we have Jaden who has autism ADHD and they're checking in from London, England. So for people like Jaden on TikTok, this live stream hopefully will make some sense for you. Dang, Zo, you're hungry, yeah. All right, where's my list? Okay, here we have my list of the 7 unhinged AuDHD hacks. All right, we will go ahead and get right on into it. All right, number 1. By the way, these are all things that I do. Okay, so these are all hacks that I use in my life, and it makes life a little easier for me. Life is still life will life at times, and you'll still have the hard days. So these are not any quick fix at all. These aren't quick fixes. These are just to make life a little bit easier. All right. So if the shoe fits, then these can help you out. It'll be helpful to get these, implemented into your life. Katie says, "I miss you in Beverly. I live right near there." Katie, the show in Beverly, Massachusetts was so good, Katie. So I hate to say that you missed a great show, but you missed a great show. I would love to come back to Beverly, Massachusetts again on the next tour. I had a great time last week, or a week and a half ago, Sunday night. That was a good time. Good time. So shout out to the people in Beverly, Massachusetts and the greater Boston area. An amazing show. You missed a heck of a show, but we will have many more shows. No worries. All right. 7 unhinged AuDHD hacks. And David, I appreciate this. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The love from this community means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, let's get to my hacks. Buying things in multiple. Let me rewrite that because I want it to be a bit more precise. Buying things in multiples. There we go. I just put buying in multiples. Buying things in multiples. All right. So this right here is a hack that we should be using if we are neurodivergent. Buying things in multiples. What am I talking about? I'm talking about buying the same thing buying the same thing over and over in multiples at the same time. So this looks like you going to the store and you're looking for, let's say a new pair of socks, right? Or you're looking to get, you're looking to re-up on socks. You normally buy 2 or 3 pairs. Instead of getting 2 or 3 pairs, you get 7 or 8 pairs of the same type of sock. Because now, you know that if you lose a couple of socks, they're all the same thing. So there's no mixing and matching. It's all the same thing. Leilani, hey, hope Spider-Man is good. I didn't know the movie was out. Buying the same thing in multiples. And like Squilify says, buying in bulk is key. It is key. It's key. If I have all white socks and they're all the same brand and they're all the same length, then I don't have to spend time figuring out, does this sock go with this sock? Does this go with this? No, it's all the same thing. So all my white socks are the same type of sock, same length, same brand. All my black socks are the same type of sock, same length, same brand. You're gonna make this very easy for yourself. You want to reduce the amount of big decisions you have to make in a single day. So if all your socks are the same, then we're not doing a lot of thinking. We just grab a sock from the left, we grab a sock from the right. They're gonna match because it's the same type of sock. And if you have old socks that match with other things, whenever you have the time or the money or the wherewithal to take on this task, throw out all the old socks and buy brand new socks. And you're gonna buy the same length. You're gonna buy one or two colors. I mean, maybe throw in a third if you want to, but you're gonna make this very simple for yourself. Very, very, very simple for yourself. For example, if you also are somebody who loses your charger often, and it's time to buy a charger because you don't have a single charger in your house, instead of buying one charger, go on Amazon, see if you can buy the 3-pack or the 4-pack, or maybe a 5-pack. And when you buy the 5-pack of chargers, you're gonna put one charger in the car. You're gonna put one in the bedroom. You're gonna put one in the living room. You're gonna put one in the bathroom. So that way, put one in your office or work too. So that way, wherever you go, you always have a charger there for you. So now you don't have to worry about taking the charger from the bedroom and then taking it to work or putting it in the car. You have a charger in every single room. So this is making life very easy for you. Very, very easy for you. You want to make things as simple as possible. And I agree with this advice right here. She reads. I'm messing up that name. I'm not saying it correctly. Anyways, what Shy Reads 2954 says here is, when you find a perfect pair of jeans, buy as many as you can afford. I agree with this advice. Oh, She Reads. Okay, She Reads. Buy as many as you can afford. Because it's hard to find a good pair of jeans. It is really hard to find a good quality jean. Would you say one pair of jeans, would you call that a jean? No, I think one is still jeans. The English language is difficult. One pair of jeans is still jeans. It's not jean. Okay, all right. Doesn't matter. But you get the point. When you find a perfect pair of jeans, buy as many as you can afford. Jean. Somebody said geni. Is geni the plural? Is geni the plural? You have jeans and you have geni. That's funny. Not jean, but socks for sure, especially when it comes to laundry. Right. You can simplify the whole laundry process by buying the same. Buy the same jeans, buy the same socks, buy multiple chargers. If you're somebody who goes to Costco and it's time to shop for cereal, get like 6, 7, as many as you can afford. As many as you can afford, so that way you don't have to keep going back to the grocery store. Because that's going to take time and effort and energy. And of course, money. But you want to make things as simple as possible. Leander says, yes, because my phone's been going dead lately. I need to put one all over. Yes, you need to have a charger everywhere. I got a charger right here attached to the iMac. I got another one attached to the PlayStation 5. I have another one in the car. I have like 3 in my suitcase. So, look at this dog finding her way to get into the live stream. Just look at this stubborn, cute baby. I have a phone charger in the bedroom. I may put one in the bathroom. I'm putting one all over. All over. Schoolify says the 3 shirt packs too, like the white, gray, black combo. Right. And I used to love getting white tees. And I still do love going to Walmart and getting a pack of white tees. There's nothing like a fresh pack of white t-shirts. I buy like 7 or 8 at a time. Not 7 or 8 packs, but like, the little 2 or 3 packs. I buy 2 or 3 of them. And a fresh white tee, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like a fresh white tee. A jean sounds wrong, even if technically correct, but plural nouns exist. Pants. Got it. Yeah, because a jean would be like one half of the jean. Okay. We're going down a rabbit hole that will be hard to climb out of. So it is what it is. Yeah. Chloe says, socks okay, shirts. I need the diversity. Respect right there. Respect right there. Number 2. Zoe. Ooh. Got to crack my neck big time. Number 2. 7 unhinged AuDHD hacks. Number 2, creating fake deadlines. creating fake deadlines for yourself. Guys, this is important that you create fake deadlines, because the deadline that you have, you probably won't do the thing that you're trying to do until you get very close to the deadline. We don't respect a lot of things when you have autism, ADHD. You don't respect time. You do whatever you want to do, or you want to do whatever you want to do. But you still have to abide within the structure that you have. You gotta get to work. You have to take care of responsibilities, take care of kids. But naturally, we want to kind of do what we want to do. So if you create fake deadlines for yourself, now it will get you to start on the task that you have been avoiding for a long time, for weeks, by creating a fake deadline. So if you are assigned a group project and the deadline is, let's just say, it's August the 4th right now. The deadline is August the 18th. Your deadline is going to be August the 11th or August the 10th. I like to give myself a 1 week buffer. So instead of everybody's deadline being the 18th, no, yours is August the 11th. And if you can really respect that deadline of August the 11th, it'll get you to start your work around the 7th or the 8th of August. And maybe by the 11th, you're not actually done with the assignment, but now you're 75% done because you gave yourself a fake deadline. So if you didn't hit the fake deadline, guess what? We still have a real deadline that we can, get the assignment in by. But if the deadline that you have for yourself is the actual deadline of the task that you were assigned, there's a good chance that you'll miss it. And this is how it was for me when I was in second grade. It was how it was for me when I was 20 years old. Same for me when I was 30 years old. And for me today, it's hard to respect a deadline. You have to create a fake deadline before the actual deadline that you can disrespect. So that way you can respect the actual deadline. If that makes sense. That makes sense? Does that make sense? The fake deadline that you can disrespect. So that way you can respect the actual deadline. Savannah, good to see you. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your attention. And Daria says, how do you get over the hump of knowing you set the fake deadline, then avoiding it anyways? Great question right here. Great question right here. So let's go back to the example that I gave. The deadline was August 18th, right? And you gave a fake deadline. You gave yourself a fake deadline of August 11th. So normally when you have deadlines, right, you set a reminder on your phone to remind you to complete something by a certain time. So wherever you're gonna remind yourself about this deadline, you're gonna put the fake deadline in place of the real deadline. So you don't put August the 18th as the real deadline, then August the 11th as the fake deadline. You just have one deadline, and the one deadline is a fake one, but you're not gonna call it a fake deadline. You'll just say group project due August 11th. Put it in your phone, and then put a reminder for 2 days before that, a reminder for 1 day before that, or a reminder for a week before that. But you're not gonna acknowledge the fake. You're not gonna acknowledge the real deadline at all. You give yourself one deadline, and that deadline is the fake one. So that way, when you're going through the motions and you're looking at your phone, you can't tell if the deadline is fake or real. You don't know that. Sometimes I've tricked myself so well to the point where I hustled to get something done, and the actual deadline wasn't for weeks after. I said, okay, all right, I'm not gonna do anything until I can finish this one assignment right now, because the deadline is on Saturday, and the actual deadline was maybe 3 Saturdays from then. But I forgot that I had given myself a fake deadline. So once you forget that you gave yourself a fake deadline, you're gonna respect the only deadline that's in your phone. So it's a clever hack, but you all being so smart, there are ways to bypass this hack. And if you tell yourself, oh, it's a fake deadline, then you're not gonna do your work anyways. So you can't operate as if it's a fake deadline. Just operate as if it's the real deal, and just go off of that. And you could also set another fake deadline and rinse and repeat as much as necessary. You could do that too. But I tell myself that the deadline that I have is the deadline that I have. And I try my best to forget the actual deadline. But if you need multiple fake deadlines, nothing wrong with that. And Jojo says, makes total sense. Chloe says my clocks are 7 minutes fast too. And Possibility says my clocks are 10 minutes fast. My clock is about the same. My alarm clock is about the same. It's ahead of time. And a hack that I got from somebody on a previous live stream was when you wake up in the morning, wherever you have to get to, put that destination into your phone, this GPS, the moment you wake up, so that way you can see what time you would get there, because it makes time real for you. So I really like that hack. You wake up, you have to be at the gym in the morning before work. All right, cool. Wake up the moment you put your feet on the ground, put the address to the gym in the phone, and then you can actually see, okay, it says I'll get there at 7:48. I'll get there at 8:03. I'll get there at 8:30. You can actually see the time. You have to make it real for yourself, or else it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Number 3 is virtual body doubling. Virtual body doubling. Virtual body doubling. So what is this? This is using somebody else to keep you accountable. And my favorite way to do this is by getting on FaceTime and working alongside somebody who is also trying to accomplish something on FaceTime. Now, if you have an actual person to help you out with this, is better, right? Somebody who actually comes to your house beats somebody who's on FaceTime, right? It's much better. But if you have someone that you can call and you can FaceTime, you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game. It's gonna help. It's gonna help, especially when there are things that you have to do that you don't want to start. But this person is somebody who's gonna talk you into starting. Keep in mind, if you cannot start the task, you will never get it done. I would argue, I don't know what y'all tendencies are, but I would argue that the overwhelming majority of us, our biggest issue is starting the damn thing. Task initiation. If you can just start the doggone thing, you'd be fine. If you can start it and limit interruptions, you will see it to completion. You will finish the thing. But for the majority of us, we don't start the thing, and we sit there and we just drown our misery and our sorrow because we feel so bad that the thing that we said we were going to do, we never did it. Chris, I know. I had the same reaction, but I'm like, oh, starting. The majority of these hacks that I have for y'all tonight, they all revolve around tricking yourself into doing the thing. And Marjorie, you and I, task initiation, this has been my Achilles heel my whole life. As a kid, this was my Achilles heel. This was my biggest struggle. Middle school, my biggest struggle. High school, my biggest struggle. College, as an adult, and it will probably be my biggest struggle until the day that they carry me away in the casket. Task initiation. How do we trick ourselves into starting something that we don't want to do? Which is crazy because sometimes even things that we want to do, we have to trick ourselves into doing them. You'll procrastinate things that you actually want to do. You'll procrastinate playing video games. You'll procrastinate eating your favorite meal. You'll procrastinate hanging out with friends. Because it's just hard to start the doggone thing. So all of these hacks revolve around how can I trick myself into starting the thing? Which leads me to this next one right here. This has been one of my biggest hacks that I didn't know that there was a term for this. And I don't know if this is the proper term, but this is a term that I have come up with to describe what I'm doing. Ghost, good evening. Good to see you. Good to see you. Strategic procrastination. Guys, this one is genius. Strategic procrastination. So what we're going to do here is we're going to procrastinate on one thing by starting something else. All right? We're going to procrastinate on task A by starting on task B. So if you have to get an oil change and you're dreading it and you've been putting it off, but you have to get an oil change, like your car, you're like 1,000 miles past I would play video games. And okay, if you cap out the games to 1 or 2 hours, that's fine. That's fine. But I know that the way they make games nowadays, they want you to stay on the game for as long as possible. They want you to stay on the game for as long as possible. And between video games and gambling, like I said, I would go with video games because gambling is it's much more of a slippery slope. Let's just say that. Much more of a slippery slope. Your autism side has to beat the ADHD to keep gambling under control. True, true, but most of us, yeah, I'll say most of us, the ADHD is stronger than the autism. The ADHD is stronger than the autism, so if it's reversed, you might be alright. Otherwise, be careful. Q Flowers, how you doing? Q from Augusta, good to see you, man. On TikTok, good to see you. Good to see you. I want to write a letter to Nintendo because I'm convinced. Hey, Nintendo don't care about the letter that you send. Nintendo will continue to put that crack into the games so that way people can continue to play it. Nintendo wants you to be on the game for as long as possible. That's what they want. Q, I've been good, man. I've been good. It's good to see you on here. All right, the fifth trick right here, guys. You want to hide your phone from yourself. All right? Hide the phone from yourself. The phone is the problem. The phone is the problem. We nowadays, whenever you pick your phone, just monitor your activity. The next time you reach for your phone, just track your activity and look at what you actually do. When you pick up your phone, you don't do what you said you were gonna do. You pick up your phone, you go straight to social media. Like I'll pick up my phone and like it'll be time for me to pay a bill or to do something important or send an email. I'll pick up my phone and I'll know that I have to, send an email, but then my phone goes to Instagram. And before you know it, I'm scrolling watching Instagram Reels and I'm like, no, like, why did I pick up the phone in the first place? We have to respect how addicting our phones can be. Ghost, you're right. Remember when phones used to be phones. Phones are not phones anymore. Phones are full-on computers, smart computers. That's what you have in your pocket. It's a smart computer that can do any and everything. If you have your phone, keep the call volume on max, but not the notifications. Oh, I like that. Also, phones not allowed on dog walks. All right, so phones, if you take a dog on a walk, you can get away with no phone. But depending on where you hike, you may need a phone. I'm not hiking without my phone. Actually, you know what? I have an Apple Watch, so like maybe I can be okay without the phone. But by and large, the phone is what gets us in trouble. We gotta be very, very careful with the phone. Someone says, bring your phone during a hike, period. Yeah. No, you bring your phone on a hike. Do not go on a hike without your phone, guys. You got bears out there, you got cougars, depending on where you're at. You got mountain lions. Bring your phone on a hike, all right? Bring your phone on a hike. So yeah, bring your phone on a hike. But the phone is the issue. We have so many things that are vying for our attention, and it's on the Mickey Ficky phone. It's on the Mickey Ficky phone. You have to give yourself rules as to what you can and can't consume. I love consuming content. I make content as well, and I try to make more content that I consume. But every now and then I get trapped in the YouTube loophole, and I'll be watching sports games from years ago, or sports commentary will get me. Like I can be gotten sometimes. But now what I do is I make sure that there's a reason for me picking up my phone. If I don't have to pick up my phone, I'm not gonna pick up the phone. And I've brought my screen time down by 50% in the past couple of weeks, but it's taken a lot of intentional thought. Now my new rule, and I got this from Cody Sanchez. She's an entrepreneur. She may or may not have ADHD, but My new rule is no consuming content unless I'm exercising, on a walk with the dog, maybe driving, but no consuming content inside the house. Because I'm not working out in the house. Like, I'm inside the house. If I want to consume content, if I want to go on TikTok, go outside. Do something. Move the body. You want to go on TikTok really bad? All right, fine. Take the dog for a third walk. So that way now the dog gets to, we're getting some type of benefit from it. And while you're on the walk, scroll for ideas and scroll for inspiration. But when you get inside the house, no consuming content inside the house. No consuming content inside the house. Don't do it. Don't do it. You want to consume content so bad, go outside. And even if you don't go for a walk, just go outside. Go outside, take in some fresh air. If it's cold or rainy, I don't care. Still go outside. No consuming content inside the house. Just doing that, you will cut your screen time down considerably. Inside the house, the phone needs to be used as a phone. And what's that for? It's for text messages. It's for calls. Maybe emails, but if you have a laptop, you can send emails off your laptop. The phone should be for phone things. Inside the house, no phone usage outside of texts and calls. If you can do that, which I'm asking for a lot, I know, I'm asking for a lot. I know, I get it. I'm asking for a lot. Because when we go to bed at night, we want to scroll for a little bit, and this is our only time to spend time with ourselves. I get it. I do it from time to time, every now and then, maybe too much. But if you can keep the phone usage inside the house for phone things and social media and whatever, outside the house, on walks, exercising, yeah, you will reduce your screen time considerably. And you'll be happier for it. You'll be happier for it. All right, and number 6 has to do with a video that I just made today. I think I posted this video today. I should have posted it on Facebook as well. All right. Joy Rose said that they found my content in the beginning of divorce, and now they're healed. Congrats. That's what's up. Congratulations. Ooh. Did y'all hear that? Ooh. See what else we can crack. Ooh. Look at that. Cracking my bones. Number 6, productive spite. Productive spite. All right? This is going to help you get some things done. All right? I had a teacher in high school who told me that I would never go to college. I wouldn't be cut out for college. I wouldn't succeed in that environment. And he said I should work at a gas station. And my mom took issue with it, came to the school. She was pissed. She was livid. But he helped me out because him saying that lit a fire underneath me. And it pushed me to greatness. And if you have ADHD or if you're neurodivergent, there's a good chance of spite and people telling you that you can't do a certain thing or people doubting you. That will help you reach the goals that you have. Spite can be productive. So instead of waiting around for people to tell you what you can and can't do, and instead of waiting for people to put their limitations on you, you can create these make-believe scenarios in your mind. This is pretty unhinged. We're kind of getting crazy now, all right? But you can create these make-believe scenarios in your mind where you tell yourself, oh, you could never do that. You're not good enough. So it looks like me saying, oh, you could never do a Sam comedy tour. You're not good enough. It's not what you're good at. And then I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool. So you think I can't do this? All right, cool. Watch me. So like you're having a full-blown conversation with yourself. Oh, you think you can post content? You're not even good at content. You're not even good on camera. All right, watch. I'll show you. I can make content. I'll show you. You're not gonna pass that test. You barely studied. All right, watch. All right, I'm a steady, and I'm gonna pass the test. Watch. Let me show you what I can do. Let me show you how great I can be. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. And spite is push as well because we respond to spite. We respond to spite. Chloe says, I love proving my ex-husband wrong, even if he didn't find out. Laura says, is that like rage cleaning? Laura, yeah. You can tell yourself, hey, look at this living room. Like, look at this place. This place is a mess. Who could live here? I bet you can't clean up this place because you must like the dirt. You must like living like this. You like living in a mess. And then when you tell yourself that, you're like, all right, okay, cool. I won't accept this. I'm gonna clean my house right now. I'm cleaning it up right now because I can't live like this. So you can tell yourself this, or somebody else could tell it to you. And if somebody calls out how dirty your house is, especially in front of other people, the pain of that comment and the embarrassment will overwhelm you and it will kick things into high gear. And before you know it, now we're doing the laundry. We're mopping the floor. We're doing the dishes. We're getting the trash taken care of. We're taking a shower. We're washing the towel. We've taken care of everything that we had to take care of because we told ourselves that we couldn't do it. Or maybe because somebody told you that your house was dirty. But spite is one of the best motivators for people like us. And once again, the goal is just to get the damn thing started. Just get the Mickey Thicky thing going. So if you have to trick yourself into getting it, trick yourself. Elvis said, this method is actually how I was able to overcome the fear of posting my first video. Right. You told yourself, you can't post videos. Who do you think you are? A content creator? And then you laugh at yourself. And then you're like, no. I can do this. I am a content creator. Or whatever you want to be. Even unintentional spite. My sister and I have always told people not to tell us something is impossible because whether or not we try, we find a way. You'll be amazed what you can do when you try. When you do something, you'll be amazed how far you can go, what you can accomplish when you put your mind to something. When you stretch yourself, when you push yourself to the brink of burnout and damn near insanity, you realize that you can do a lot. Now, do we have to stretch ourselves out all the time? No, we don't have to. But if you push yourself, you'll be shocked how much you can get done. You'll be really shocked. You're like, oh wow, I did not know I could do this. I could do this. This is a healthy version of productive spite. The hardest I ever hit the gym was cement heartbreak. Right. Especially if you're coming off of a bad heartbreak. Oh yeah. Now you're in the gym every morning without fail at 6 a.m. You slept 8 hours. You're taking your pre-workout. You're make sure you're hitting your protein goals. Like you're thinking about that heartbreak over and over. The unhealthy version is basically Andrew Tate's script, but it takes many forms. And people like Andrew Tate. Now I'm not familiar with everything that Andrew Tate says, but people like Andrew Tate are huge catalysts for change because his message is so straightforward and sometimes toxic, but it's straightforward. And Andrew Tate, I mean, you pull up the average Andrew Tate video online and he'll say, you're a loser, blah, 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 blah. You're like, damn, like, I'm a loser? What? I'm getting high and I quit my job to play video games, just get high and, all right, okay, you know what? All right, like, let me go give me like a job. Let me fix my life up. I can't be no loser. So, people who have ADHD probably will respond well to advice like that. Now, within reason, because that type of advice and content can go overboard. But somebody letting you know what you can't do and telling you how bad you are, oh, now you have to prove them wrong. And you can call David Goggins a healthy version or a healthier version potentially of Andrew Tate. I'm not exactly sure, but people like David Goggins, like some people like to have David Goggins like ringtones. If the first thing you hear in the morning is David Goggins saying "Stay hard," you ain't shit. Like it's gonna make you perk up like, oh snap! I'm like, oh my goodness, like. I better get my life together. And for people like us, that just may be the way we respond to, Like that could be how we, get the best out of ourselves by somebody being hard on us. Labia, what's going on? Good to see you. Oh, shame. My goodness. Shame is definitely the ultimate motivator. Shame, embarrassment, feeling like you're in trouble. These things, that will get you to change. A close call, yeah, yeah. That'll get you to change. That'll get you to change. And Ashanti's saying, so there's just no other way. I mean, there are other ways, but if you want quick change, yeah, go through a situation that was tough. Yeah, you'll quickly make those changes, and it'll be automatic. The thing that you struggle to do after a close call, after embarrassment, after spite, after shame, the thing that you struggle to do, the thing that you couldn't do with a full day to yourself, now you're doing that thing and you're doing other things because that pain, you're like, I cannot feel this pain again. Certain things we only have to feel once or twice, and that's it. Post divorce spite isn't. Oh yeah, breakups in general, but I would say divorces are um, like maybe a different level. Because when you're divorcing somebody, you have to let the government know, hey, I'm trying to separate from this person. So I think that's like a bit exaggerated than just a regular breakup. And I hate to say just a regular breakup because breakups are hard. But when you have to get the government involved to dissolve what you had with somebody, and then you potentially lose assets and lose money and time, yeah. And one thing I hear from a lot of people who are in the process of divorce is, I'll never get married again, which is interesting because the majority of people who get divorced do get married again. But at least while you're in that process, you're like, you know what? I'm never doing this again. I am never, ever, 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 ever doing this again. I got some friends right now. They're working through some issues in their respective marriages, and all of them have told me that if they divorce, like they want to work things out with their spouse, but if they divorce, they are never, ever, 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 ever getting into another marriage. They'll get a girlfriend, they'll have somebody around, but they'll never get married again. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, my goodness, like, what are you going through now that makes you feel like you will never get married again? Mickey, Ficky. Chloe says she'd get married again, but she won't elope. Okay, okay, okay. Can men love? Hey, this conversation could take a left turn. Maybe we'll have a live stream where we can be real and we can talk about why um, there's just not as much of a desire for relationships nowadays, especially coming from men. Because I've seen something in the general state of men, like men aren't wanting relationships anymore. And even within myself, like, of course, yeah, you want a great relationship, but like it's like nowhere near the top of the list. Like 10 years ago, the average guy was like, you know what? Yeah, I like me a nice girl. I like me a nice woman to live life with. Now, in 2026, all I see is apathy. It's like, yeah, she cool. She cool. She alright. She alright. She cool. Relationship. Maybe the average cost of a date being $250 has something to do with it, but yeah. Eee. Mama speaks. Happy to see you. Ashanti says, would you say marriage isn't great for neurodivergent people in comparison to neurotypicals? I don't want to say that. Marriage is, you can be neurodivergent and you can be married. So don't think that your neurodivergence prevents you from having a fulfilling marriage. You just need somebody who understands you and your neurodivergence when you're married. So probably you need another neurodivergent person or a very understanding neurotypical But these are things that you should be thinking about if you want to, hit your wagon to somebody for the rest of your life. You should think about it. Olivia says, my divorce motivated glow up on every level. Reason I healed my wounds and leveled up my self development. Yeah, no, you'll become a monster in a good way after a traumatic experience. Resilience is a fascinating topic for real, for real, for real, for real. And but it's more difficult. Look, guys, I think marriage is difficult for anybody. Anything that requires you to live with somebody that you didn't know for the majority of your life, and all of a sudden you have to figure out how to coexist with another person. Like just having somebody breathe in your space, like no matter how attracted you are to them in the beginning, it's going to be an adjustment. Or whatever, you know, you know, initial phase infatuation you have, that stuff wears off, and at some point you get to feeling like you're roommates with the person, and you have to figure out how to coexist with that person. That's hard for anybody, not just neurodivergents. I just think that when you are neurodivergent, you have specific needs that you need on top of the regular needs that everybody else has. So keep that in mind. All right, and number 7, the don't sit down rule. Do not sit down rule. All right. So this is my rule. When you come home, this is specifically for people who leave the house for work or for school or for whatever. When you come home, you cannot sit down for as long as possible. And Julie, I have some thoughts about this. We'll get back to this. I have some thoughts about this. I have some more thoughts on relationships, but let me finish my last point. After you come home, do not sit down until you accomplish your main priorities. Do not sit down. Keep your shoes on or off if you want to, whatever. But do not sit down. You have to get the dog out for a walk. You come home. If anything, take a break in the car. Catch your breath in the car. Do what you gotta do. But the moment you come inside the house, do not sit down. Do not sit down. Don't do it. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Do not sit down. Do not sit down whatsoever. You're going to get the trash out. You're going to take the dog for a walk. Cool. You're going to take a shower. Cool. You said you wanted to, send a couple of emails out. Standing desks are a great investment for those of us who are neurodivergent. Get you a nice standing desk. Do not only sit down when you're ready to chill, because it's easier to get things done when you're in that mode as opposed to you sitting down and you get comfortable. Then you watch one episode of season 4, Ted Lasso, and you're laughing, you're having a great time. Now to change from this mode into the working mode is very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. Very difficult. So do not sit down. Joy says, if I sit down or nap, it's game over. Nothing else is going to get done. Then it becomes, I'll do it. Exactly. It's so easy to go from, I'm going to do that. I'll do that soon. To, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes later and it never gets done. It never gets done. Oh, Ashanti's right. You can use a treadmill too, but for the most part, a standing desk, anything that will keep you standing after you come home. Be very careful with sitting down. I have a couch that's called the melatonin couch. There's no melatonin like physically in the couch, but that's the joke. That is called the melatonin couch. Because you sit down on the couch, you start to get a little sleepy. You're like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'll just call it a night now. It's 7:30 or 7:48, and you still have a couple more things to do. Do not sit down. Do not sit down. Don't sit down. I pride myself for meal prepping for the week. That is a big win. Big win. Lindsay says, that's my problem today. As soon as I got off for work, I sat on the couch. No one, um, knowing I had laundry to do and it was a wrap. I fell asleep on the couch. Yep. Like I told you, I fell asleep on the couch the time I woke up from the nap at 10 o'clock. It was too late to do laundry because I have to work early in the morning. See, this is how you get stuck. This is how you get jammed up. This is how you get jammed up. You come home from work, you're like, I'm just gonna sit on the couch for a little bit, eat some noodles and just kind of relax. I deserve to relax. And you do deserve to relax. But when you sit down, and look, I know if you get home at 5:30, this is to say 5:30. If you get home at 5:30 and you don't sit down until 8 o'clock, yes, that's unhinged. That meets the definition of unhinged hack, because you've been on your feet for 3 additional hours. The good thing about this is when you lay your head down to rest, you will actually be tired. And as long as you can stay off of your phone, you should go straight to bed, relatively speaking. You can scroll for a little bit, scroll for a little 15, 20, But for the most part, you should be tired. Take your sleep medications and go to bed. But you gotta be on your feet when you come home from work. Be on your feet when you come home from work. I delete my TikTok every week. But then you re-download it, don't you? You delete TikTok, you got YouTube Shorts. You delete YouTube Shorts, you got Instagram Reels. You delete IG Reels, you got Facebook Reels. You delete all those, they have videos now on LinkedIn. You delete that, they got Snapchat. One way or another, like it's everywhere. Elwood says, this is why I don't own a bed anymore. Got so bad about 6 years back, I wouldn't leave it. Okay, so if you don't own a bed, then what do? I'm a little massive L-shaped couch. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not telling y'all to get rid of your beds now. But a massive L shape. Okay. As long as you feel comfortable with it, then okay. I have to like your videos and read my messages. Oh, on TikTok? Go says, need some smart pants to tell me the Goggins quote and overheat this. No, this is why we have work sitters or body doublers. Because I would do well if I had somebody to tell me, hey, like, get up. Or somebody to get me off of my phone at night and say, hey, get your ass to sleep. Get off the phone. Get your ass to sleep. Get your ass to sleep. And David Goggins is a motivational speaker who uses direct communication, let's just say that, to get people to do. Get up and get out. Get up and get out. Get up and get out. All right. Get up and get out. All right, so let me see. Those are my 7 things. Let me see what it says. My 8-year-old is pure ADHD. Last 2 nights, been kind of mad, won't sleep tonight. So gave her L-theanine and magnesium. Finally sleeping. Yeah, supplements can be helpful. And obviously, this is your child. Whatever you decide to do with your child, I'm just happy that it's worked. Who's gonna carry the boats? One productive spite. Work with getting up from sitting or laying. It could. I mean, it has to be something that hits you emotionally. Like when somebody says a comment about you that's not true, you're like, whatever. But if somebody says something about you that you low-key believe and you're insecure about, you're like, oh snap, like damn, like maybe my house is dirty, maybe I am lazy, maybe I am incapable of sending this 1 email or 2 emails. So whatever gets you to get up and go. Black Forrest Gump is nah. There's no such thing as a bad joke over here. So yeah, those are the seven. Oh, to recap the seven unhinged ADHD hacks. Number one, buying things in multiples. Number two, creating fake deadlines. Number three, virtual buy doubling. Number four, strategic procrastination, which is procrastinating on one task by doing another task that you have to do. Number five, hiding the phone away from yourself. All right. Number six, productive spite, whether it's coming from somebody else or from you. And then number seven, the don't sit down rule. Do not sit down when you come home. Do not sit down when you come home. And yes, uh, this is what I wanted to address. Not this comment, Stephanie, but another comment that essentially somebody said that they were um, Ghost. This is funny. I just caught this right here. This is funny right here. This is funny right here. Oh my goodness. We should get the government involved. Either way, somebody had a comment saying that they and their ex-husband were both neurodivergent and the relationship didn't work out. Guys, when it comes to neurodivergence and relationships, yes, does it make relationships harder? Yes, it's going to be harder for you. However, it's not impossible. You have to have somebody who is on the same team with you. You're going to need more grace. You're going to need empathy. You're going to need somebody who's understanding. And likewise, you have to do the same for that person. But I think that a lot of us get into relationships without gauging how much capacity we have to deal with things. Because dealing with ourselves is hard. Just you putting up with you is difficult. Do you have the capacity, the wherewithal to put up with somebody else? And if you don't, it's just best to, just kind of lean back for now. And then when you have the capacity, then put yourself out there. But yes, it's gonna be a job. It's gonna be like you better make sure you're getting what you want out of the relationship, and it just can't be like sex or companionship. No, like you need a lot more than that because you're, attaching yourself to somebody else, and you can't just date parts of people. You get the whole package. You get the whole package. That's another communication struggles. Yeah, a lot of times the communication struggles come up. And look, I haven't even talked about kids, but yeah, if you add kids to the mix, oh yeah, it becomes that much harder. I'm this way too. Like when my mood is funky, I kind of stay away from people, which I would say is a fairly good thing to do. Now, you don't have to isolate all the way, but when my mood's funky, I do kind of stay away from people because I don't want to spread negative energy. Um, so yeah. All right. I took care of an issue on uh, TikTok. Looks like my TikTokers are being harassed. So we took care of that issue, guys. And that's all I'll say about that. Let me read out my comedy dates. See? Do y'all see what just happened? I went to Instagram to find my comedy dates and I got sidetracked. I clicked on somebody's story. This is how addicting social media is. It'll throw you off. All right, upcoming comedy dates. This Saturday, August 8th, we will be in Little Rock, Arkansas. At the Nut House Comedy Club. So I hope to see some of you all in Little Rock, Arkansas at the Nut House Comedy Club. If you love comedy, if you have a good time, if you are my people, come out, Little Rock, Arkansas. Would love to see you there. Uh, the following week, we're going to be in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on August the 14th. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, August the 14th. 2 days later, on August the 16th, we're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama at Levity Live. That's Huntsville, Alabama, Sunday night on August 16th, 8 p.m. Central Time. Then a month from then, or 3 weeks from then specifically, we're going to be in Detroit, Michigan at the Comedy Bar. September 11th, it's going to be a Friday night. Friday nighter is going to be a good time. I can't wait to see y'all in Detroit, Michigan on September 11th. So that's going to be a very, very special, special, special day. The following week, we're going to be in Chandler, Arizona, or the greater Phoenix area, September 17th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The following week after that, we're going to be in Cleveland, Ohio, September 20. I said 20. September 23rd, we're going to be in Cleveland, Ohio. Then September 24th, we're going to be in Columbus, Ohio. September 30th, we're going to be in Virginia Beach, Virginia. October 1st, we're going to be Richmond, Virginia. October 18th, we're going to be in Seattle, Washington. That take link should be up anytime this week. And then December the 3rd, we're going to be in San Diego, California. San Diego, California. And Say No to SR and Yes to Stack says, please come to the UK. Yes, we will look to add the international dates next year, guys. We will look to add the international dates next year. Amelia, I appreciate you. Thank you for your attention. And so we don't stream the stand-up comedy shows because it's made for like an in-person audience. But we do take some clips, and we put some clips, mainly crowd work, but we post some clips from the stand-up comedy shows on YouTube Shorts and on all the short form platforms, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Facebook Reels, IG Reels, anywhere where you can find my short form content. And Pruitt says, can you repeat about relationships since I was heavily distracted? Oh, the long and short of that was that any relationship is going to be difficult. And I think a neurodivergent relationship can be a bit harder than your average relationship. But then again, there are people out there who are dating and they're undiagnosed neurodivergent and they have no idea. And they're doing the best to make it work. So dating regardless is going to be difficult. But you want to make sure that you have the capacity to help out the other person. And I think my last point on dating, I think we should quit faster. Like when it's not a good fit and you feel like y'all aren't compatible, but you're just trying your best to make it not fail. No, we should quit faster. Sometimes the issue is not neurodivergence or what this person's doing and the issue is just the fact that you picked somebody that you weren't compatible with. If you don't pick the best possible person for you, nothing that you can do to make it better. Nothing you can do to make it better. You just didn't pick the best possible person for you. So, Prue says, can a relationship be fixed where a woman has ADHD and the man doesn't? Yeah, any relationship can be fixed, but you have to have two people that want to fix the issues in the relationship. So, yeah. Khadija says, just got diagnosed at 39 and haven't been in a relationship for 21 years. We're going to see a lot more people with stories like that. People who haven't been in relationships for a long time. And, not being in a relationship doesn't mean that you don't get any loving or any mickey-ficky. You might still shuck here and there. But a full-blown relationship, yeah. It can be a lot. So you make sure that you are doing the relationship with somebody that you actually want to do the relationship with, and make sure that you actually want a relationship, and that it's not something that person is trying to convince you to do, or pressure from your parents. Like, make sure that you actually want to do the doggone thing. Intimacy and attachment issues makes it hard to quit. Right, but shoot, sometimes the best thing you can do is to just quit. The best thing you can do is to just quit. And Levita is right. Being alone in solitude becomes addicting. Yeah, because you get used to yourself. It becomes difficult to accommodate anybody else's needs. Somebody can have a very reasonable request, and you're like, nah. That just means that you don't have the capacity, and that's fine. You just don't have the capacity, and that's cool. That's perfectly fine. All right, y'all. Okay. All right, let me see. Thursday is the next live stream. And then we have Arkansas on Saturday. Yeah. So the next live stream is going to be this week, Thursday night, 9 o'clock New York time, which is 8 o'clock Nashville time, which is 7 o'clock Phoenix, Arizona time, which is 6 p.m. Seattle, Washington time, which is 5 p.m. Alaska time, which is 4 p.m. Hawaii time, which is 2 a.m. United Kingdom time. So that is going to be the next time that we are on this live stream. I appreciate you all. Love y'all. Thank you for your attention. We have one more live stream, and then we're going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas. And it's going to be a really good time this Saturday night. Thank you, Lavita. I appreciate that. If you're in the area, in the Arkansas area, the North Little Rock area, we're going to have an incredible show this Saturday at the Nut House Comedy Club. And for the rest of y'all, I'll see y'all on Thursday night. And after that, I'll see y'all back around on Tuesday night. So John will be there at the show Saturday night in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'll see John and company, and I hope to see the rest of y'all on the last stream on Thursday. And if you live in Arkansas, I would love to see y'all as well at the show. So until the very next live stream, appreciate y'all, love y'all, and I'll see y'all on Thursday. Peace. Eee.